Whoa, got two of these things. Alrighty guys, sorry. Adam should be joining soon, and if I'm quieter than usual, I'm sorry. I have COVID. Oh damn, we got a wreck. This whole talking thing with COVID is not easy.
When it finally boots up, I can get going on it.
Nah, Garrett's going through the rules or some stuff. Yeah.
Are you live?
Yeah. We got Brian Edwards on the pole, Matt Brewer second, Garrett Helmlinger third, Scott Seegers fourth, Greg Conaway fifth, Joey Vimaretti. Oh man, I gotta pause it. We gotta mute this guy. He is muted, so why is he still talking? Alright, I was down Joey Vimaretti. Then we got Taylor W. Woods 7th, William Brennan 8th, Robert Stannuts 9th, Morgan Cook, Reed Jackson, and Ryan Depew. Jesus Christ. But tonight is well, honestly, it's a turning point for the season. The points leader right now is not here. Still has 9 minutes to show up. Very possible he doesn't. Well, actually qualifying ending, so we're probably going to start a little early, which is cool. So, points leader does not miss, and it is a double point tonight, so that right there opens the door for a couple of people. Right there, your pole setter. That's Brian's first pole of the year. Won last year's double point race, so that came down to the wire with Garrett, so this will be interesting. And the nice yellow Pennzoil machine. Sitting next to him is his teammate Matt Brewer.
So the winner can get, what, 90 points tonight?
Yeah.
He's got 82 points up.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
And then Matt Brewer is 86 behind him.
I mean, so not a new points leader for say tonight, but it'll definitely open the door for a couple people to be in the conversation. I'm not sure who's second at the moment. Scott Segrist.
Yeah, that guy.
All right.
Terrible with names, just so y'all know.
Got a couple new drivers out here tonight. Reed Jackson is making his return. Good to see Reed back. Not really sure how many laps this is. Sounds terrible.
Scheduled 125 laps.
Alright. I was going to say, that sounds terrible, but I want to go to bed.
Yeah, having the vid, been there, done that. Not that fun.
No. Pace car is off.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Right there, 3 wide.
I reckon on the backstretch.
Yeah. No caution though, so. But Matt Brewer has taken the lead. Which I remember last year at Indy, there was a lot of back and forth for the lead. And I feel like that's how it's going to be tonight.
Yeah, but we've seen multiple weeks how draft happy the Indy cars are. So, and it's all about the wash and proper runs and when you're going to utilize them. It's a little bit earlier. I don't see people being uber aggressive.
No. No.
Really interesting seeing how the high line's working a lot better than the bottom. As you see Garrett go around, looks like Matt Brewer, and he's going to do a nice dive in toward the bottom and make that pass into being second now. So he goes from 5th to 2nd in 1 lap.
Ow, fuck.
We're technically first.
That's good.
Oh, there's a little contact. Looks like a lot of
Oh,
there.
Garrett. Ooh, and he's just, Jesus, smacks the wall.
The yellow flag is out.
That's prigging out of yellow. Sorry for Garrett there, but that's a rougher beginning to the day. We'll see. Did he have to, can he drive it out? Nope, he had to tow. So that right there is probably going to put him down a lap or 2.
And that is what happens when your wheel falls off.
So what you're saying is you're not racing anymore?
That sucks, man. I had a chance to win. My wheel fell off of my desk into my lap.
Oh. Yeah, that sucks.
He's got a fast repair he can use, but you put him 2 laps down at the minimum.
Yeah. But there are, whatever you call those, waiver rounds.
Want to elaborate?
I was kind of wondering how that caution happened. Brian made his way back up to first, but then we got Matt Brewer. Scott Segrist has moved his way up to third. The ultimate move for Scott Segrist would be what win the race and put him about 8 points back. And he's been a decent contender on road courses, so this will really flip the script. We have God, I can't even talk. What did he?
I don't know where you were going with that, to be honest with you.
I was trying to look for a message from Ryan. He was telling me about a new driver, but I wanted to know his name. The 51 car right there. Morgan Cook. Well, that's a really nice Orange Logic car. I like that one. Right there are your 3 Orange Logic drivers. Back to back to back. 7th, 8th, and 9th. Robert Stan Nuts is the new one tonight.
I'm kind of interested to see what happens on the start. As the leader, you totally dictate pace because it's single file now, and I'm trying to see how they're going to do this launch here. Pace truck's going to pull off. So it's going to be all left up to Brian Edwards now.
But I don't think I want to be the leader.
He gets a launch.
He does, but with the draft in these cars, I don't think I want to be the leader.
It's always fun to lead.
Well, it is, but in these cars with the draft, I just think, I mean, if you could hold it, cool, but these cars push, and
really spaced out right now.
And I mean, that's a teammate right behind him, so he'll probably try to race him clean, but
See the cars when they're up in that second groove that looks like they have a little bit of a wiggle to them. I just
Yeah.
think when you're at the bottom, you're a little tight with that air pack down on that nose, the way these nose cones work.
look cold.
There's a little more contact in the back. Looks like 2 teammates got into each other there.
Probably the 99 and the 11.
Yeah. And that's going to allow William Brennan to get involved in that little battle there, and he'll split the two teammates now.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, looks like we got a wreck. Ooh. 38 of Joey Vilmaretti gets a little loose, and the Orange Logic car is able to escape without any issue.
That was close. Almost got taken out there. It just looks like he used the apron a little too much right there at the bottom, and these cars are so... Yeah, they're just so sensitive to any changes in the track like that. So I just think he stuck those left sides a little too far down there and just lost the bottom of it.
Gordon.
He did a pretty good job driving with only 3 wheels down pit road.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What's his name? Reed Jackson's going to go change his underwear real quick as he just barely skates by. Garrett should get a lap back. I'm pretty sure he's doing waiver ends this season, so that does help Garrett out.
Dude, who's the guy doing fucking donuts in the pit lane?
I don't know why
Go with that.
Greg got away. For some reason he's muted, but he's not. I don't know.
Right there, looks like those two teammates of the 11 and 99 actually decided to go down pit road after, looks like about probably 8 laps. Alright, we're on lap 12, hit 5 caution. Yeah, so about 8 laps of green flag run, so not really use tires, but see if they can get a little bit of an advantage here. And remember, Garrett limits the set of tires you have as well.
Yeah, yep.
So you have to be really smart about it. So they took one here kind of early, and there's still over 100 laps remaining. So we'll see if that comes back to hurt them, or if this is a really good move on their part. And Trent, these streams, you know, they run really well thanks to our sponsors.
I wish Garrett. I know we had Orange Logic last time, and we do have to make up for that because we had an issue with my stuff crashing. So me and Garrett are gonna get in and talk about the next time we can have a stream for them.
I do think the pace truck does have the lights off, right? I can scroll it. I do believe the lights are off, so we are going to go green here, and we're going to see exactly if we can't get another launch like that for Brian Edwards. Brian Edwards had that really good launch, and he was able to dictate pace of the field. And use the lead car to break up the draft he had. So we'll see if we can do it again.
That helps him out, and you know, Garrett's back there, probably just gunning, hoping for another quick caution, get him right back on the lead lap.
Exactly. He's only he's a lap down now, so there's plenty of time for him to get back into it as well. And another thing I'm looking at is the 99 and the 11. See on that fresh tire, see if that helps here at all.
Well, 99 and 11 are both new, so they... I don't know if Garrett went over the tire set rule. They might not know.
another great start by Brian Edwards in that number 3.
Brian's hungry. He's been real close. He won last year. It was an accident that got him the win. And I think Brian is just trying to go for a standout performance, get this win, be the changing point of his season. Matt Brewer, though, going up a little high there. Brian blocking that run a little bit. Goes where he wants. Matt Brewer going to go down low. But Scott Seegers is not backing down. He is lurking in the trenches.
Yeah, I really like what Brian's doing here. He's running that second groove, so it looks like you have the bottom there for Matt. But then all that dirty air hits the nose, and it just kind of sends you up, and it's in a perfect spot for, well, how do you say this? A kind block, in a way. Just using the car's dirty air.
Yeah, that's a teammate right behind him, too. They all run the Penske scheme paints, and yeah,
Man, if you're Scott here, you're really enjoying this, seeing them race up close. You can just pull up and hang out about the same distance as they are. And then you can even try to venture out a little bit higher, see if you can't pass around the outside, since they're using that first and second groove.
And quietly has snuck in his way into the conversation. Sitting real close is William Brennan.
And he's actually going to take third place here. So just what I said, what he was going to do, try to venture up there, he actually got kind of hosed and kind of got blocked. And so William Brennan took full advantage of that and went ahead and took third place away.
He did. Ryan Depew sitting 5th. And he texted me, told me about the new drivers, told me he was just going to try to stay out of trouble, bind their time, just get a good, decent points night, take advantage of the double points.
He's going to try going for the lead up front.
He's going to get it.
And Matt Brewer takes the lead and say it really easily.
He slingshotted.
That was perfect to use the draft. He came off the corner at a perfect spot, but it
He
looks
did.
like his teammate's going to take it right back.
The runs, but William Brennan trying to take second place away.
Yeah, I think this is what we're going to see most of the night, is a lot of
So
going back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Which is cool with me. I mean, it's good racing as long as it stays clean, knock on wood.
And you can almost coat the entire front 5 under a tarp.
And Brian and Matt just right there. We're side by side. Ooh. Just sneaks it in there. The thing is, you can't follow someone in their line because these cars push so much.
Yeah, the aero push is very, very dramatic in the IndyCar series. And man, the racing back here, it looks like in position 6 is getting pretty crazy too.
Yeah, it is. We got 2 little decent packs just right there, and 51 Morgan Cook, the 99 of Greg Conaway, the 11 of Robert Standnuts.
Hey, Cook, drop behind him. They're losing us.
Taylor Woods.
Yeah, if these cars right here don't get settled in, that's going to be Robert, Greg, and Morgan. If they don't get this lined up and just try to draft around, they're definitely going to lose that lead pack.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like they pretty much are right now. Because they're at about 5 seconds back of the leaders, and the leaders are coated underneath the blanket, like I said earlier.
Look at that. Scott Segrist trying to make a move.
Yeah, if he can just hold it there, he might be fine.
He is going to get it.
Clear. Yep, he's definitely got it. So good drives there. He started that last restart P3, and in just about 8 laps, he's made his way to P1. We'll give him 9 laps. Took him 9 laps to get to P1.
And this second pack is, I mean, they're about 5-6 seconds back. They just need to form up a line, stop racing each other, and get up there.
Yeah, that's gonna be their best bet at this point. They gotta try to do that if they're not gonna make any moves. Actually, they picked up about 2/10 on that last lap. So, I mean, they're making a little bit of ground, but yeah, they need to quit trying to yo-yo. That's why this front pack is getting away, because they're going single file.
Middle of the track.
Going to the line with 99 laps to go.
Yeah.
Scott is going to be your leader, with Matt Brewer in second, Brian Edwards in third, William Brennan fourth, Ryan Depew fifth, Greg Conaway sixth. In seventh place, you're going to have Morgan Cook. Eighth place, I don't know how to say that last name. I have to say that for me. Robert
Stan Nuts.
The Nuts.
It's Stan Nuts, I'm calling it.
Stan Nuts. All right.
I mean, it might be inappropriate, but I think that's what it is.
P9 is going to be Taylor Woods. 10th, Reed Jackson. And Garrett Humlinger in 11th, still a lap down.
And
That's going to be everybody on track. Oh, and I guess I did forget P12, who is currently on pit road, but Joey is P12.
I don't know if you just saw that, but Scott Segrist was getting real loose, and that right there is.
I mean, they're on lap 30 of these tires now.
Oh!
So,
Oh! Big crash. Takes out. Scott Segrist just loses it and takes out William Brennan, who was having a really good night. Probably his best race of the season so far. Wow, just took off the whole thing. That's so unfortunate. Loses the left rear tire. You know, and no one wanted that, but I can tell you one man in the field smiling right now.
Yeah, that's real interesting to see. I'm going back and watching it. It's just
He hits the
interesting to see
apron.
what happened there.
He hits the apron, I'm telling you.
So he dives it down into turns 1 and 2. I think he's loose before he even gets to the apron.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm
that's a
watching
vicious
it right
crash.
now. So he gets there, loses it, hits the grass. He clips the grass.
Yeah, if the grass wasn't there and he had more room down there, just asphalt, I think he would have been fine. But when you clip that grass, you just never know what your car is going to do, and so it literally shot him straight back up track.
Well, no, that's sad. Now, you know, we got William Brennan, who actually didn't have to get it towed, so, you know, that sucks for him. Garrett's going to get his lap back. He's going to be back on the lead lap, so that's good for him.
Yep, and with this caution and it being 30 laps on this set of tires, everybody is coming down pit road to get 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Do they use Goodyear? I don't think they use Goodyear. What is
Firestone.
Firestone. See, I immediately said that. I'm like, that's not right.
What the heck is happening here, man?
You got someone making a comment?
No, I'm watching William make a pit stop. It's not letting him make a pit stop. Stop. Oh man, it probably took him 40 seconds.
Nope, good tires.
Oh shoot. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, man.
I had to pit on the last caution because I thought I had some damage on the tires then, so it was a little tragic. It's either going to be great or I'm going to crush into the wall, so we'll see.
You know, going back and looking at that run, we definitely saw that that Scott's tires were starting to go away. So, I mean, maybe they can do 30 laps at a time, and you get what, 5 sets?
I don't know. Garrett's really like weird about it sometimes. Like, I don't know. Let me look.
You know, it changes every week. I think here you should do 5 sets. It's 125 laps. Looks like about 30. It starts to really, the tires really start to lose their tread on it.
Rules.
Looks like Scott's actually going to manually disconnect from the race, so it looks like he's going to end the night around P11.
So you get 3, including the one you start on. You get 4 sets.
Oof. It's going to be rough.
Yeah. Unless there's like a special thing tonight, but it says oval races get an additional 3 sets. Now this should be interesting because your leader Greg Conaway pitted on lap 11. So, does he get, your Brian, Matt, Ryan, does get a decent jump. But we shall see how that works. Honestly, he has the biggest jump of the night so far because his tires were warm. Kind of helps him out a little bit, but we'll see how long it takes for the rest of the field to catch back up. But he's got a decent jump on the field.
Yeah, he had a really good start there. Looks like he just used that method of backing the field up a little bit. And then just went full send with it after that. See how aggressive he's going to be here. He's going to block or let him have the top here. Looks like he's going to let Matt Brewer get to his outside. Oh. Looks like Matt thought he was going to get onto the bottom, had to check out a little bit, and that's going to bring Brian Edwards into the picture for that P2. And with them doing that, it's going to bring in Robert into the fight for that P3.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised his tires are holding up. Since we just saw tires were important. But I think if you keep it up there, it's a little bit better. I don't think you can take it down low. I think you'll lose it. I'm
not really sure how old his tires are because my
He pitted on
It
lap
says-
11.
Yeah, it said he pitted.
Oh!
Oh, they're making contact.
No caution. I'm kind of shocked. There we go.
Did I come up into you, bud?
Yes, you did. Oh, and Ryan Depute loses it as well. So,
Dude, I'm sorry.
all right, let's go back and watch. Let's come.
You know what? I don't see anything
No,
egregious there. I think they just went to the same spot. 'Cause
yeah,
you see-
Matt. Greg does hold his spot. I mean, he doesn't move.
He might come up a little bit, try to grab into that third
No,
lane.
I'd like
I guess
to-
that's the fourth lane, but
I'd like to. Let me go to the cockpit. I mean, that might be net code. Nah, they touch, but honestly, that's just racing. They're going for the same spot. They're being aggressive, and I think.
I don't see anything there. That's
I mean,
terrible.
if I'm Greg, I mean, he's probably got damage now. I mean, he got ran into, so does he pit? Which will relinquish the lead to Robert, which... and Brian Edwards, then Morgan Cooks, and then is William Brennan? Yeah, William Brennan's a lap down, so that right there, this right here should put him back on the lead lap. Be interesting to see.
Here. I was just wondering, what are you gonna do? Gonna survive? Yeah, I saw the tires for the guys up front were going away after 30. So what was that, like 28 laps green? 27 laps, I guess. But, I mean, literally, they're just going to the corner, they're just losing it. Well, the two teammates up front, I don't know, they may have already used 2 sets of tires. So they pit again, I don't know. Yeah, it made it interesting, well, What'd you say?
Ow.
alrighty. Let's see what they do on this start.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Greg didn't go down pit road with that.
Maybe he's just crossing his fingers and hoping to God they didn't make contact. It was just net code.
Oh, no. I mean, it didn't seem to do too much damage to his car. But there was definitely contact. But
Yeah, he's gonna hope toes not messed up with the open wheel concept.
I mean, his car looks clean. So
That's why I'm saying it could possibly be net code. I mean, I know they definitely made contact with reaction and action, but
Yeah, but I've seen some dumb stuff when I do this series, and he does. I don't like his starts.
Yeah, it looks like he did what he did last time, and he goes the bare minimum, gets everybody stacked up.
Yeah, and then he
with that
hits the
anticipation.
brakes and then goes. I'm not really a big fan of that.
I don't really see that much there. That looked like a lot cleaner of a restart than his last one. But it does look like it's going to hurt his teammates. Going to allow Brian to get back into the fight. Brian's actually going to stick his nose underneath him and try to take the lead right here. And he's going to have it. Get the two teammates here get together. Now they're going to space it out. Man, they're really making that outside work though, just hanging in there tight.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Ooh, 3 wide.
Whoa.
Squeezed him in like a sandwich. Ooh.
That was really bold, but he made it work.
Yeah, that hurt me. Guess who's made his way back up to 4th?
That'd be Garrett Elmlinger. And I just had a conversation with him to see what he was feeling and what he thinks he needs to do. And he was complaining about the car. So him being up here like this, if this is a bad car, if you can get a little work done to it, watch out.
I don't know, man. If I'm Garrett and Brian, I let them go because they need to pit. They both need to pit, and they are driving like some baboons.
Looks like they're going to keep fighting it low. Garrett's going to try to make that far outside work here.
Yeah.
He's going to hang out around that 3rd, 4th seam. You can keep riding it, but the problem is you're too high. There's no air, so you're going to lose a little pace here. He's going to catch a little bit of draft and send it back outside of the outside. And he's going to do the same thing. He's going to ride that seam. Take 2nd place away pretty easily, and then off to the next guy. So I wonder if anybody like Brian Edwards, even Morgan, can learn anything from that by running a little bit outside. Because it looks like everyone's trying to run that 2nd or 1st groove, but Garrett's making it work in that 3rd, even 4th groove.
Yes.
I say that he starts to lose pace, so maybe not. Racing up front. If you go back a little bit further, you see Brian Edwards is sitting at 4th, just watching these guys battle it out ahead of him. If I'm Brian Edwards, I'm not in a bad spot here. I kind of like what I'm seeing. You can learn a little bit from maybe what Garrett's doing, but you're also safe because you have some time to react here. But right behind him is Taylor Woods, who is just riding in Brian Edwards' tracks. With a little bit more of a gap back, you have Morgan Cook also just riding along. And behind Morgan is Ryan Depew, and that's going to wrap up that top little group there. The top 7 are going to be hanging out up there.
Garrett tucks it right in there, breaks the teammates up.
Yeah, just enough to get a little air on his nose, and then ride back outside, get some clean air. So he's going to go right back to that 3rd groove, see if we can't make anything happen here.
Nope.
He's just going to keep riding it. He's going to pass him. Maybe in 1 and 2. Looks like he's got a little bit better speed in 1 and 2 compared to other cars around him right now.
He wants to make a high side pass. He needs to go.
Yeah, he really does. I don't think he wants to mess with or flirt with dirty air. He wants to make it all clean. And like I was saying earlier, what is Brian Edwards going to do? And he's actually riding back here, and he's kind of liking what Garrett's doing. Looks like Garrett lost a lot of speed here. I don't know if he has a problem or if he's just laying off. Maybe
Yeah,
knowing
right.
these guys have to pit for tires in the next, I don't know,
Well, I mean,
10-ish laps.
I didn't see him make any contact or anything, and maybe
Yeah, I think he's just being smart and laying off because he knows that those guys have to pit for tires because they're on a different strategy than everybody else since they took tires early in the race. But him doing that, laying off, also allowed Brian Edwards to go into third. Now he can go up there and start flirting with a P1. Right now they're single file coming out of 4 down the front stretch. And across the line, there's going to be no change still. They're still just lined up single file. As I say that, Brian Edwards is going to peek out to the outside, try to make a pass on that second place. Robert Stanuts? That's just hard to say.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Robert, you know, if at any point you're watching this, you can easily correct us so we don't butcher your name in the future. And then as we're talking, Garrett's going to take back that third place for Brian. And Brian's going to fall right back in line right behind him, so he'll be P4 after losing only 1 spot. And you know, they're pretty single file right now. You see some guys venturing out a little bit, trying to check out the cleaner on the outside and make some runs. But other than that, it's pretty single file here.
Oh man, we're not even halfway through this race yet. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff, a couple crashes.
We've seen different types of crashes. We've had the ones with contact, and we've had a couple with just loose race cars, whether it was driver error hitting the apron or, you know, just having a loose car in general.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we saw with Scott. Scott, I think his tires were starting to wear down after about 28 laps or so, and he just lost it trying to turn it into the corner. Just a normal left-hand turn into a corner at Michigan, so you think, and then your car's trying to snap around on you.
And Ryan Depew on that last one got a little loose during the caution when Matt, I'm pretty sure Matt Brewer was the one that hit William. No, that was Scott. Matt was involved in that accident with Greg, and I think Ryan was just trying to save it and lost it, and he's trying to get back up there in the action, so.
Man, these cars, just like that, you see. I think that was Morgan Cook, had a really good run here. He's going to actually try to make a pass here on Taylor Woods.
Morgan Cook making his debut, having a really solid outing.
He's been really solid with what he's been doing tonight.
I am really craving some pizza rolls.
Hey, hear me out on this, alright? It's going to sound weird, but pizza rolls and mustard. Sounds terrible.
I usually do
but they're-
freaking ranch, dude.
Oh man, ranch is good on about anything. Give me a little Chick-fil-A with a ranch on the side. I'm a happy human.
I don't know,
Like a
Chick-fil-A
kid in
sauce
candy
is
store.
good. Except I'm not driving 40 minutes for Chick-fil-A.
I guess that's true. You don't really have a Chick-fil-A close to you, do you?
Troy. The closest one's Troy. But they're supposed to be opening up a Bojangles, dude, in Cincinnati. I will drive to Cincinnati for some Bojangles.
Never had Bojangles.
I heard it's usually a southern thing. I heard it's really good.
Never had it. I'm a southern guy. I don't know if you can hear the viewers in my voice when I say southern the way I say it.
Go
But yeah,
Texas.
pretty much redneck down here in good old Texas.
Let's get it. Go Texas.
Is that what he said?
I don't know. That's you. Adam sounds like Ed Organ. I'm gonna go down to the bayou and get me a big old ham sandwich.
Go Tigers.
I am literally gonna miss that saying.
Go Tigers.
Ever seen him in practice when he tells everyone to shut up because he's in an interview?
Shut up. I'm in an interview. Go Tigers. Anyway, I think we got a little off pace there, so let's
Yeah,
get back to
sorry.
the action real quick. We'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do a little quick run through of what we're looking at right now. Well, actually, I'm going to wait for Garrett to... Never mind, he's not going to make a
That
pass.
was...
He's gonna
He almost
dwell
got
on
his
that.
nose under there and lost him.
Man, that was almost close. Let's go do a little quick run through. We're just under halfway. In first place, we have Greg Conaway. In second place, the 11 car of Robert Stanuts. Garrett, like we were talking about a little bit there, the number 77 is sitting in third. Right behind him in fourth place, you have the 3 of Brian Edwards. Behind Brian Edwards in fifth place, you have Taylor Woods. And directly behind Taylor, you have Morgan Cook in 6th. Venture back a little bit further. In 7th, you have Ryan Depew. Back in 8th, you have William Brennan. Back in 12th, you have Reed Jackson. And then back to round up the top 10, unfortunately 2 laps down after that incident he had a couple laps ago, is Matt Brewer. And that's going to be your top 10 roundup right now. And you know what? They're pretty close for the most part. It looks like Matt kind of lost the draft there, so he's on his own pace. We have 2 cars. I think they're kind of filling out the traffic. They're about 7 seconds behind these guys. Make it 8. And that's going to be William Brennan and Reed Jackson. They're kind of hanging out, just kind of filling the pack. Easily could be another caution with how close the front pack is together. But other than that, I mean, the fronts, you can say 7 are pretty much running together.
Yeah.
Just kind of filling each other out.
I just want to make it known that you said back in 12th was Reed Jackson, and then you went back to 10th.
Yeah, I meant 9th. Right beside him, he qualified P12, so I read the qualification instead of where he's actually running currently. So my apologies there, Mr. Reed Jackson. It is actually going to be P9 is where he's at.
Yeah, and this is, oh man, geez, I think the last race he raced was the championship race. And I want to think him and Taylor Woods battled it out, and Taylor Woods won. And I think that was at Texas.
Good old Texas. And Texas is really fun. You have really big runs, and it just gets completely washed away the moment you have somebody right beside you or right in front of you. Your car just completely goes away from you. And you know, I'm actually not seeing a whole lot of washing here at Michigan. I think Michigan's just so wide. If you wash it all, I think you hit that clean air pretty instant. And your car tends to kind of straighten out, and your grip kind of comes back. Because when you're behind these cars in IndyCar, I mean, me and you, I mean, you raced these a couple times, and I raced Texas last year, one of the races. When you wash up, it feels like you can turn that wheel as far to the left as you want. It ain't going to go nowhere but up toward that wall. You hit the let out, and then kind of give it a little tweak of the wheel there to try to get it turned back down to catch that car back up.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing a lot of that. These guys might venture out right outside, but once that clean air hits that nose, and we've talked about how aero sensitive these cars are, once that clean air hits that front nose, it just kind of straightens out and you have all the grip back. Man, it feels like I just talked for like 10 minutes trying to talk about air. And I feel like we sound like a broken record week in and week out. Air, air, air. And that right there, this is going to be the halfway lap. And you still have Greg, who we thought was going to be pitting, I don't know, 10 laps ago for some fresh tires. He's holding it steady still. Garrett's starting to make a little peak on the outside here for P1. He's going to go back up, probably hang out around that seam again, just like we've been talking about all race. Yep. And he's going to actually tuck right in behind that car.
Right there, this is his move. Oh, he goes down real low.
And he takes the apron and tries to take the shortest way around this track. Ventures back up, and he's got...
Whoa!
Man, they almost touched there.
I think he's going to get it, but I don't think he's going to hold it.
Yeah, I don't either. I think the fastest line around 1 and 2 is that second or third groove. And him being on the bottom, he's just going to get that position right back to Greg.
No, but...
See if he does it here. Nah, it looks like he's just going to concede that position and try to set it up on another lap, but...
I don't think Garrett likes the bottom. I think he likes the middle, the
middle high. I think he likes that middle high, like that. You can see a lot of times, right here, you can see where he's running. He's literally got those tires just to the left of that third seam up the track, which is between, well, if you're a stock car guy, I mean, you would call that lane 3.
Yeah.
So, but these Indy cars, man, there's like 45 lanes. I think Garrett's just going to kind of hang out up there, knowing that he's going to need, or that these guys in front of him are going to pit at some point. So I think he's just going to kind of hang out and see what happens. As he's going to lose not only the lead, but he's also going to lose second. He's going to hang out there in third again, almost like nothing happened. I also kind of feel like Garrett's tires are starting to level out here with the other guys in front of him.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't make sense. They put it on lap 11. I mean, maybe they're just doing better with their tires. They were in the back for a minute, and they were just kind of coasting for that ride, so...
And listening to the radio chatter a little bit, because I do have that turned on, so I can sometimes hear some background information and break it to the broadcast, but they were just talking about, let's just ride in a single line and just have this draft so we can kind of keep up with the front. So I don't think they were really driving hard, which is why they're having their tires now lasting as long as they are. But with this new tire model, once you run out of tire, it does pop. I mean, where do you go? You go straight to that wall.
Pitting this lap.
And as I say that, it looks like they're going to pit this lap anyway. So let's see. They should definitely take 4 Firestones and some gas. So if this is going to put them a lap back or not.
I'm not sure if it'll put him a lap down, honestly. But the 11 stays out, so...
And I actually think... I don't think the 90... I think the 99 did go down on the apron in turn 3, so I actually think that's a penalty.
Yeah, that might be. That'll be up to Ray, Adam, and Garrett. And Brian Edwards trying to make a move. He's really hungry for a win. I mean, I know when we talked 2 weeks ago, he was really looking forward to this. He put on a race last week at Indy, and he's just been doing a lot of ovals, and he's hungry for one. And we'll see. Did he get a penalty?
Yeah, I think he did receive a black flag there, and he's already served it with Garrett.
Hey, what was my penalty for, admin? Oh, get the fuck out of here.
And he is not a happy camper. I can hear him.
Caution, yellow flag.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for the hose. You do it faster, I'm out of here.
Wow.
He is angry. Oh, and what's he do?
Give him the boo.
Oh, he just loops it into the grass. He was calling it a night anyways. And then he does a little burnout. And, you know, I would say that maybe Garrett didn't go over the rules, but I know Garrett, he goes over the rules. And
Yep. We know Garrett. He runs our fantasy football team thing, too. He's super anal about rules, so he definitely went over those rules.
Oh, yeah.
So it's unfortunate that something like that had to happen.
Now I'm confused because Garrett's down a lap.
Well, they were in the middle. They were in the middle of a pit cycle.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of a pit cycle. They're pitting, and then you have someone that doesn't agree with the call, and so they dictate the race by throwing a hissy fit. Is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
But you bring out a caution, and now you just kind of screw everybody. So what these guys are hoping for here is everybody in front of them, which it looks like everybody in front of them is going to pit. So this should allow Garrett, William, Reed, those 3 should get a wave around here and be at the tail end of the lead lap. Which kind of is unfortunate because you would like to see these guys race for it a little bit. But hey, you know, at least they're all on the same lap now. Looks like everybody on pit road here is going to take those 4 sets, or those 4 Firestone tires.
Yep.
Get level with everybody else. They'll get filled up, and then they'll still have, I think these guys have 2 sets remaining. Nah, probably 1 more set remaining, actually, which is good with 52 laps to go. You can kind of split it in half or cross your fingers and hope you get another caution. But with the car numbers dwindling down like they are, we have, 9 cars left in this race.
Yeah, we had like 14, 15 start.
So, I mean, the likelihood of a caution coming out are a little bit less, but definitely the closer we get to the finish, the more aggressive these cars, not the cars, but the drivers themselves are going to be. So maybe a caution comes out. So we're going to let this pit cycle go ahead and cycle through, and then I'll give you one more run through the field at about 50 to go. Well, actually, I could probably do it now. I can do it now, I think. Actually, I'm gonna wait for them, see if they have cycles here. I don't know how the cycle's gonna work. Let this run out. Those two cars should have a wave around to be at the tail end of the lead lap. Alright, let's go ahead and do this thing. So, with 51 laps to go here at Grand Ole Michigan, leading sorry, I'm just listening. I just lost everything I was thinking about. Oh yeah, P1. Heck yeah. P1 is the 3 of Brian Edwards. P2, you have Robert the Nuts. P3, Taylor Woods. P4, the 51 of Morgan Cook. P5, Ryan Depew. Is he Canadian? French?
Dude, I don't know.
It's a badass last name, though. P6 is our good friend, Garrett Helminger. P7, William Brennan. P8 is going to be Reed Jackson. And in 9th, 2 laps down still, it's going to be that 2 of Matt Brewer. And that's everybody left in the race. Everyone else is disconnected. And as I say that, pace truck's off, and we're back to green. Man, Brian Edwards with a really good start there with Robert trying to catch him. And it looks like it's going to be those two in a really big gap back to third, which is going to be Taylor Woods. Huh?
I said 50 to go. So, about probably 25 minutes left.
Yeah, not a lot of time left. I mean, we started just over about an hour ago.
About an hour. Yeah, Gary usually likes these races
76
about an
laps
hour,
in.
but we've had a couple cautions, so it doesn't help.
Robert's actually going to make a move here on Brian, and he's going to take it with ease. I don't know if Brian just let him
Yeah,
go
but
by.
I think Brian's in the right spot. You let him, you just ride with 48 to 49 to go.
Yeah, in about 40 laps is when he really starts to really push it. With about 8 to go. Even then might be too soon. Back behind them, man. It's all singled out. I think everybody's just kind of gonna ride here and see what happens. Everybody knows they got one set left, so I think they're just hanging out. Looks like Morgan actually is going to disconnect. Looks like he had a connection problem.
Real unfortunate because he was having a decent outing. Garrett right there tucks the nose in. Oh, what a great run!
And that actually kind of came out of nowhere. I saw he was kind of hanging out, and then
Yeah, right from 4th all the way to 2nd.
in one corner. That was really good. Get a little twofer.
You know, I know Garrett wants to win this. He's been talking about it all week.
See how aggressive he's going to be here. He's definitely going to hang on the outside. He knows 1 and 2. He's faster in that third groove, right by that third seam.
He's not.
He's right on it, but he's going to lose any nose he had on the outside. Maybe he's going to try a little.
He needs to do a crossover, and that's what he's doing.
Just what you called it. You called that crossover, and that's what he did. He's going to try to paint that yellow line.
He almost got into Robert.
He's going to make that pass. But, man, Robert's going to have a little chance here on the outside.
Yeah, especially with Brian right behind him.
Yeah, Brian's going to push him right on the outside, and Garrett's in a position he doesn't want to be in right now. At the bottom of 1 and 2.
No.
And just as I said that, Robert goes right around, and then
the car sucks. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Get a big wobble there. I don't know if he got tight with some air on the outside.
Well, that car just sucks up. It wants to suck you up to the wall, no matter where you're on the track. I did a couple laps here this week just to see what they were feeling, and it does. It wants to suck you up to the wall, no matter where you're at. And when you're on the bottom, it's the worst.
Yeah, I think that's why everybody's hanging out in that second lane. And then Garrett's really found some speed, running that seam up there. He goes right back to it. Actually, he's a little bit lower than it this time. Maybe another crossover here. Nah, he's going to hang out on the outside again.
And I know he's on iRacing quite a bit, but he's not on as much as he used to be, so I don't know how much practice he got this week.
Again, just painting that line. He's going to dive back down and try to get that draft back going. And if these two keep this pace up, they are kind of pulling away from Brian, but the more they get side by side, Brian gets brought right back into the picture.
Yeah.
They're kind of hanging out, and everybody behind them's kind of going too wide, trying to make any pass they can to get any good position. Starting to crank up here a little bit with 42 laps to go here at Michigan. Man, they're 2x2 for the lead. What a move by William Brennan. He's actually going to take second here from Garrett.
That's crazy.
What a move.
It's really not where Garrett wants to be.
I think that was just perfect timing there for William. He had two cars in front of him, rode that groove, had even more air in front of him. Drafted
Honestly,
all the way up, found clean air. Brian's kind of getting left in the dust here. He might get fetched for 4th place here.
That 31 needs to make that move too. Come on the outside. Just get a crazy run, but
Looks like he's just going to let it dissipate. He's going to hang out there in 5th place.
well, he texted me. He told me he did before the race. He told me he didn't want to make any crazy moves. He just wanted to have a good finish.
Garrett back for second. He's actually going to try to get a twofer here.
Nope.
I don't think it's going to work.
No.
It's going to.
It sucked him up. I saw
I
it.
think he got sucked up into that.
Woo!
Ooh, really loose. He's losing it. Does he save it? He does. What a save. And that's going to give Garrett the lead real easy there with a little bit of looseness.
Yeah, he's coming right back for it.
Robert's going to try to make that same pass he made earlier. Really aggressive. He drives all the way down, going into 3. He's going to make that pass on Garrett. Man, he goes from getting loose, saving it, and taking that lead right back in the same lap.
You know, and he's new to the series, so this double points isn't. I mean, if he wins, it's 90. I mean, I don't think he could win a championship. That's great, but a series regular who it could help, who had a wreck tonight, is William Brennan, who is sitting 3rd. That could really help him out. Ooh, Garrett just loses it.
Lost the car. I don't know what happened there.
Steering wheel comes off once again. Let's go back and watch.
Killed it. And he's going to be done for the race.
He is. And that's really unfortunate. One less person. William Brennan definitely learned something from Garrett. Saw that outside move, that run that 1 and 2 had, and he just can't get it down.
Yeah, he's just a little bit too high. He needs to really split his car in half on that seam. You can actually see on the track the seams, the big black lines going down.
It's
not the first, not the second.
It's hard though because you feel like it's defying, and you feel like you might lose it.
I just think you can get the car turned a little bit better when you're up there, and he just can't knock it down the way Garrett was. He's gonna try it again. Yet again, he's a little too high. He needs to be right about where he's at right there.
That's that line right there. That's where he wants.
Perfect.
To finish first. First, you must finish.
You running a talent?
Yeah, apparently. I wasn't expecting it. I hadn't run any laps down there. I was not expecting that.
All I said was, "Yep, steering wheel came off once again."
Well, that one was me. The first one was not.
Looks like William Brendan's going to sneak back out to the outside, see if he can make
He's too high. He needs to come down one lane.
Yeah, he's still too high. Right there. He needs to enter that corner right where he's at right now and sit in that corner. We saw Garrett really knocking that down and making tons of time on almost every driver out here.
You know, but they're all real close. I mean, you could throw a nice long blanket over the field.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of venturing out, trying to find a lane that works, and it looks like the top two are kind of chilling right now. They're trying to make some moves on the outside. He's going to try that. We're going to call it that Garrett line again, see if he can't make it work. And yet again, he's just too high. And this might actually bring in Brian Edwards into the picture here. Brian Edwards is actually going to have a really good chance at trying to take this second place away with a good corner in 3 and 4. Man, these guys are getting really close. And yet again, don't forget, they still have to pit.
Oh, Garrett, you were out there. How much more fuel did you have?
I think he already dipped out of here.
Well, what a loser.
And Brian Edwards tried to make that pass there, but yet again, we see that outside. And
Ryan DePew sitting 4th right there, just sitting back waiting for a move. And I do think it's still too early to make a move.
Yeah, we sure see the front two trying to make some moves. Everyone else is kind of hanging out. You might see someone like Brian. Brian might try to stick his nose in there, see what he can do. He might try to get right here at the exit 2. Get that momentum going.
I keep trying to convince myself that this is a situation where you want to be the second place car to get the draft, but honestly, as the front car, if you have a little bit of a gap, 3 and 4 is going to decide the end of this race. If we're in the green, the run from 2nd and 3rd, from 3rd and 4th, going through 3 and 4 is going to decide the end of this race. And I think that the leader has too much of a chance to shut it down to where you don't even have the chance to get a run.
The run Brian just had there coming out of 4 was really nice. He goes from 3rd to 2nd. He actually started to make a little contention there for Robert at that P1 position.
I was able to get it to stick at the high line for up team laps straight, and I just never. I don't remember how many times, and it just happened how many times I was able to convert it.
Yeah, we were talking about your line. Your line's definitely the fastest one in 1 and 2, but no one else has really been able to knock it down. We've seen William really try to attack that line, but you were just able to get those left side tires just to split that seam, and it was perfect.
They certainly saved tires.
You might pull even going to 3 and 4, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's not. It looks like Robert's
Drink, you just been in here moaning the whole time?
Moaning and humming in my ear.
Moaning and groaning?
Oh, maybe. I mean, I've been talking here and there.
Did you inform the audience what you're under right now?
Oh, yeah. I told the audience I had COVID. I told them if I wasn't talking as much, that's why. Ooh, right here. Here, let's see a move.
Oh, that's the move that it's going to take to get the lead to win this race. Is the move that Brian just tried to initiate, didn't follow through with it.
We saw that a couple times where those two teammates of, I guess one of them's not here anymore, but the 11 and the 99 were making moves like that earlier, and it was kind of interesting to see how low, they would dive into 3 to go ahead and make that pass.
Nah. Threw a little hissy fit. He didn't like that black flag.
Garrett's nabbing. He can't say nothing about it.
Almost throw you down with the band hammer. Shut the fuck up and come back.
We aren't like everywhere else.
No.
Right here, everybody's just kind of coming back together. See what happens.
Tell you what, everybody is, from the way that it was before I wrecked out, everybody's sitting a little patient right now, just waiting. We're going to have another pit stop, that is for sure.
Yeah, but who's going to make the first green flag pit stop?
Hell, and when do you do it?
10 to go.
We started with about 50 to go when we went green, so this is the halfway point of this run. So we'll see. Maybe here? I say no. I say 20 laps to go would be a perfect spot. Some of these guys are going to run it toward the end. It
Nah,
might be
but
worth the gamble to get the fresh.
if you were one of the cars sitting in, 5th or 6th, do you pit early? Try for a gamble?
If you pit early, you're better off. Plain and simple.
That's what I'm saying. If I was in this race right now, well, luckily, hopefully, if you didn't wreck out, I could have gone with you. Maybe we could have tried to draft a little bit. And that might be what these guys are waiting for. Maybe someone else to make out a call saying, I'm going to pit here, and they'll go with them. Ooh, big run. They're going to have to let that settle out. You can definitely tell these guys are being really careful right now because they have really big runs, but they're not going to follow through. They're just going to kind of let it die. Man, if I'm Brian, I'm going to try to sit on his outside and make him make that move of maybe I do want to pit here. I don't want to say that C word, but caution here would change everything. Everybody would be level. We have had 5 cautions
Be a
tonight
sprint
for
to
a
the
grand
finish.
total. It would be a sprint. We've had 5 cautions for a grand total of about 15 laps.
Yep. It's made my sleep wait longer.
I don't know what sleep's like, man. Getting up at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
We don't got too much longer. What, we got 21 to go this time?
That's a good thing it's only 9 o'clock where you're at, Adam.
Yeah. I don't have to be up in 5 hours and 54 minutes.
You do have to?
Yeah, I work tomorrow.
Oh. Screw an overnight.
It's morning. Remember, early morning. Oh, and there's the first pit
the
stop
leader.
right here.
Now, if you're everybody else, do you take the bait and bring it down this lap or next lap, or do you wait until you're on the brink of running out? And I think if they wait till the brink of running out, Robert is actually going to be the loser in all this because they're in the draft still. So they're still ticking off laps that are going to be about 10 miles an hour faster than he is solo.
Yeah, that's true. That gives the lead to Brian.
So Brian's going to definitely have the lead here. Man, if I was Robert there, I would at least had something. Maybe somebody follows you down, but he's going to take that gamble. He's going to come out right behind this pack, so maybe he can catch him. Nah, too much speed. Yep, and they're gone. He ain't catching them. Oh, there's a spinner ahead of him. He's going to save it. Maybe. He does.
That was an impressive save. Give credit to Taylor Woods right there.
God, Taylor Woods was a hell of a save. That car was gone.
So right now the front 4, we have 2 Indy Autosport and 2 Orange Speed.
Lodge.
Well, the sponsor's Orange Logic. The team is Orange Speed.
Yeah, I call it Orange Logic. Call it a day.
you're Brian right now, you are absolutely having.
I feel bad for Matt Brewer. He's had a solid outing, but that early wreck and no caution sense has not allowed him to get his lap back.
I think that all 4 of these guys are going to run it until it runs out.
And if you're Matt, you're crossing your fingers and hoping there's 2 quick cautions.
Robert 0.2 of a second off the back.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about trying to pit. Basically, you're like, let's relate it
William
to
Brennan bringing it down. The same thing's going to happen to him.
Yeah, maybe he'll get lucky and he'll keep link up with
If
12.
I'm Reed Jackson and Ryan Depew, I hold out until the absolute last second, and I'm going with Brian. I'm going with Brian.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got Brian alone now, and if they both have a nice solid pit stop, we're gonna have a situation where it's gonna come down to these 3, because these 3 are setting the pace.
And man,
And Matt Brewer's bringing it down. That's gonna make it a true 3-car pack right now.
And man, oh man.
These 2 guys got to stay with Brian as long as possible.
I can tell you who Ryan Depew wants a win so bad. Brian Edwards does. Brian Edwards won last year at Indy. Ryan Depew still looking for his first win in the VSRL IndyCar Series.
Brennan may have had a penalty because I don't see him rolling still.
Right there, Brian coming down. So Brian's going to be alone. If I would go with him, but no. Now, can they make it to the end? Nah, that sucks for Ryan because he's going to be alone because Reed Jackson went with Brian.
Yeah, these 3 guys are coming down pit road together. Or 2.
Ryan going to stay out there another lap.
He needs to pit this next time by.
I wonder if Ryan's saying, frick it, I'm going to try to make it to the end.
Man, he needs to pit this lap.
I don't think that's even possible.
Like fuel-wise?
Ryan's bringing it in this time. That's going to cycle. Robert is going to cycle to second right now.
So Robert back to the lead, huh?
Robert's going to cycle to second, about a full second behind Brian Edwards.
Oh.
And Brian Edwards actually had a longer pit cycle there.
You know, Brian, I think Ryan needed to go with them, with Reed.
Yeah.
With
31's
12
out
to
on
go.
track now, and he's going to get absolutely driven by.
It's going to put Brian in the catbird seat, although Robert is catching him.
Yeah, he definitely fetched him there in that corner.
And has fresher tires in both of them. I don't think it's going to end up making a difference to him. It might. If you get within a couple seconds, which is he's right on the brink, and these 2 up front start to get racing around, Ryan Depu's going to catch right up to both of them.
Yeah, if Reed Jackson will stay behind him, and they can keep pushing around like
If
they
these
are.
3 can get lined up, while the front 2 end up racing around.
Like they're doing right now with 10 to go. Robert's going to make a move on the outside. It depends if Brian's going to let him have it or not. Brian's going to hang tight to his inside.
Ryan and Reed are going to end up catching these 2. It's not going to be until right before the end, but they're going to end up getting to him.
Brian's gonna hang tight there. I thought there for a second. Robert was definitely gonna run away with it. Oh, they almost made contact. Coming to 9 laps to go. Side by side in the middle, 1 and 2. Brian and Robert. Robert's hanging on the outside of Brian here. See if he gets a good run going on the back stretch with a little bit of side draft. He's gonna have the advantage going into 3 and 4. Brian's gonna pull in tight on the inside. And he's actually, well, maybe not. He is clear. Brian retains the lead, coming to 8 laps to go at Michigan. I don't know, man, Garrett. I don't know if I would be in second or first here. Either way.
Well, when you don't have cars behind you influencing it, it's really just a matter of if you can. It's really just going to be whatever slingshotting each other until we get down to the end of it. It's whoever times the last slingshot the best.
Yeah. They just tapped. They just touched.
And Ryan and Reed are not really working together. They're still about 2.5 seconds back. So it's really these guys
Robert!
Oh, he almost. That's a pretty good save. That car was definitely gone. If he could just reel it back in with 7 laps to go. Man, if he times this up really well here, he can have a really good run going into 3, and he can do that dive bomb he's been doing all day. Plenty of time. Looks like he's going to have about, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 laps to go before he can get there. Well, I undermined the draft. He's already caught back up with 6 laps to go at Michigan. If he can have a really good exit on 2, maybe do a dot, maybe he'll do it here. Whoa, he thought about it.
This guy is. Oh, he loses it in the grass.
Spinning it out.
That's rough. And that's probably going to bring a caution.
About 200 feet after me.
That's going to bring a caution.
I don't think so. We're still green.
Now, it's Brian Edwards a sitting duck right now? I don't think so, because Brian DePue is not going any faster. I think Reed and Ryan, they got the right idea. I just don't think that they're executing it correctly for it to work the way that they want it to.
Yeah, we'll see here at the line with 4 laps to go. Brian Edwards is leading this sucker. And
it's easy to assume.
2.5 seconds back.
Yeah, it's easy to assume that a track like this, and the way that these cars are running, that if you just run nose to tail and end up, it's going to create a stock car style draft. When in reality, the car behind you, if they're trying to, sorry, I couldn't hear somebody was talking. If they're trying to let off the gas to not stay out of line, then they're going to end up slowing each other down.
Yeah, they're not making any ground here. Looks like Brian Edwards is going to be able to coast around.
Just needs
for
to
a
bring
win
it
here at
around
Michigan.
2 more times.
Middle 3 and 4. Crosses the line here. It'll be 2 laps to go at Michigan. And that lead is actually technically growing.
I think that lead might be insurmountable right now.
Yeah, it's just too much. Running qualifying laps at this point. Not even. I guess you could just run super slow.
Brian Edwards is going to take both 250-mile races in VSRL history. This holds.
1 lap to go at Michigan. Brian Edwards, the leader, with no one in his rearview mirror. He's going to come out of the exit of 2 with still no one even close. You thought maybe they could draft up and catch him when it went down to just him with about 4 laps to go. But no.
Ooh, Reed trying
No
to make
one
a
even
move on
gave
him.
him. Yeah, no one really tried to make a move on him. And Brian Edwards is going to win the double points race at Michigan.
Congratulations, Brian Edwards.
Ooh, after that one, he should go burn that sucker down. You know, it's hard to say. It was really dominating. It was a weird race. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. We had 5 cautions for that grand total of 15 laps.
And he was up front quite a bit of the day.
Yeah, and he was just really smart. He never got involved in any of those incidents that we saw a couple, whether it was driver error. We saw the tires go away on a couple of them.
Yeah, he was
But
on
he
the
just,
pole.
he stayed clean. So, you know, he started on
Started
pole,
from the
dropped
pole.
back to about 4th, and he just kind of hung out there for most of the day. He had a really good drive, really good with the strategy, even all the way up to the end, even battling hard for the lead.
Interviews.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why I can't pull people up.
You should have the power to.
No, I can't. I just don't know how to scroll up through it.
All right, you ready? He's going to be here in 3, 2.
Brian Edwards, congratulations. Double points night, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
Ooh. Double. Wow, that's your. I didn't realize that was double back-to-back points win, double point wins. But congratulations! I'm sitting here with COVID
Thank
right
you so
now.
much, sir. Thank you so much.
But I don't
Uh, pretty solid race. Let them out early. Those 2 guys, man, those like rainbow paint cars, those 2 that joined, they were a little crazy. So I decided to stay back for a while.
Yeah, it was.
Garrett was up there. He saw how they were
It
going.
was a little sus at times.
Yeah, the problem was you could get around the first one, but then you just hug the bottom so you couldn't get around it.
Right. It's stall out there on the outside.
Yeah,
So you ran
yeah,
a really great race, man, and taking advantage of double points 2 seasons in a row. How are you
Yeah.
going to use this to build the foundation for the rest of the season?
Definitely top 3s on road courses are going to be vital for me to try to take the championship. Hopefully you move Texas, you switch the weeks, so I only lose 1 race this year. That'd be highly appreciated if possible. But no, just keeping it clean. I mean, I had some incidents out of my control those first couple races, but keep it clean. I love the big ovals, as you know. Keep yourself in the position to win towards the end.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, he had a clean sweep. He had the pole. He went and took the win, too. So, I mean, really good race all around. What were you seeing out there
yeah.
other than those 2 cars? You brought out 2 cars, but other than that, was the racing really that difficult?
I don't think so. Definitely in 3 and 4, if you laced it down low coming out of 4, there was like a crevice there that could really mess up the balance of the car. Center left. I think it got Garrett, late in the race, mid-late race. They got a couple cars out. So I definitely tried to stay away from that. And then just keeping it, passing was easier on the high side of 1 and 2 for sure, getting that momentum. And then once you got the lead, all you had to kind of do was hug the bottom. And I don't think anyone could really get around it.
Yeah, we saw that a lot. We saw 1 and 2. You can actually venture out there to that 3rd lane, kind of like what you and Dave were doing there for a while. And then 3 and 4, it's like kind of a fight for the bottom. So you had a really good race overall. You stayed clean, which was kind of surprising with how this went. We had several driver errors and some, I guess, tire wear kind of got some people too.
Yeah,
But, man,
I never noticed the tire wear because I kept it high most of the night. I think that was beneficial in the long run of the race.
It definitely saved tires a lot more than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be much tire wear in the race, but no, just kept it clean. I knew just you got to be there the last 20 laps or so, and then I nailed that last pit stop. I thought I had enough gap on him, and then he closed back in, and then he made a couple mistakes trying to be too aggressive.
Yeah, we kind of saw that maybe he tried to dive you in there going into 3 because they did it earlier in the race, and well, he tried.
Yeah, I was very skeptical of those two cars because earlier in the race he dive bombed me 3 wide into 3, and I pulled straight out of it. I was like, yeah, we're not doing this early in the race.
Yeah, we saw that.
Well, Brian, you're going to be the first to find out of everybody that going into Dakota next week, you are the point leader by 13 points.
Oh, fantastic! I like Coda too. I came second last year, so it's a fun road course.
Got to pull another one of those out, and you'll be sitting pretty.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be. I don't think I'm gonna win any. I don't have Austin's pace on the road courses, so my goal is top 5 definitely. I think if I can hang around Scott on those, I think I'll be sitting good. So, thank you guys for the broadcast, everything, all you guys do. It's a lot of fun.
Appreciate it, Brian. Glad you stuck around the whole
Fun
time.
racing you. Oh yeah, 100%.
We just sit here in silence as we say
No,
something.
you need to.
Bringing in Ryan Depew.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Brian Depew, you're in the Vectors Vision. Chat, you got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
Hey, best career finish on a career night. Double points, and you put yourself 3rd in points going into Dakota next week.
That sounds good. That's punching above my weight, man. I'm humbled by the competition level in this league. Really appreciate the chance to race with these guys, and glad to see you out there tonight too. So sorry it didn't end the way you wanted, but it was good to see you out there, Garrett.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun out there. And short-lived. 1 mistake on my part, 1 mistake on also my part for not tightening my steering wheel, but
Yeah, that's definitely your fault.
yeah.
You can't blame the steering wheel. But man, Ryan, you had a really good race. I mean, finished 2nd. You started
Thanks.
10th. You made really big ground there during that race. Take us through your day.
Well, this is one of those where I'm nervous on the starts, right? Everybody's little anxious about wanting to improve positions when cars are so close together. So I'm going to drive a conservative race because I want good points. I know it's unlikely that I'm going to beat these guys, so I'm going to get some good points. That's my goal. And on a track where the draft, oh my gosh, guys, the draft. If you had 2 or more cars in front of you, I mean, half throttle, 6th gear, no problem. The closing speed in the corners after the straightaways, it was great. So it was great to be able to stay at the back of the pack, just let any sort of mischief happen, try to keep my nose clean, and was fortunate that pit stops worked out. So want to thank my teammates, Reed Jackson, Morgan Cook. Need to thank Orange Logic for sponsoring Orange Speed Sim Racing Team. Just really appreciate everybody who's on board with us.
And thank you, Ryan. I want to thank you everything you do for the league, buddy.
Hey, it's fun. Thanks for letting me do this, man. It's good to help out. Happy to do it.
Thank you. Better pull up Reed. Is Reed ready? Good to go for an interview?
Reed here? Yeah.
Awesome. Pull him on up. He's staying here for it.
All right.
Reed Jackson, you're in the Vectors Vision chat. You got a copy? Man, I saw you making a move on him, man. Turn 4 in the last lap. You almost got him. You going for it, or are you holding back?
Well, it's better if he gets a point since he's running full schedule, but I kind of just want his position.
There are no team orders.
I understand that.
This is a compassionate side of Reed Jackson here.
Yeah, well, Reed, you ran a really good race, a really conservative race, and it ended up paying off for you with 3rd. I know you wanted to get up there and contend the way that you did at the end of Texas last season, but take us through your night. Reed, you can tell it like it is. I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt. You sat back and you waited for people like myself to make mistakes like I did. Yeah.
Well, we are honest here on Vector's Vision, aren't we?
Yeah, brutally against myself. It's all right. Well, hey, y'all both ran an amazing race. If Trent and Adam have anything they want to add, y'all both had an amazing race, and it was fun racing out there with y'all. Not sure how many more times I'll be out there with y'all this season, but it's always a blast. Look forward to the next time it comes around. Trent and Adam, if y'all have anything to add.
No, just thank you guys, and I got COVID here, so I'm gonna end the broadcast here.
Oh man, sorry Trent, get better soon, man.
Way to end it right on the COVID note.
Yeah, on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end.
Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week. I'm not even sure where we're racing, so.
Circuit
Coda.
of the
Coda,
Americas. Yep.
Yeah.
60-minute race.
Thanks guys, have
No
a good
problem,
one.
you too.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Reed.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you back here next week at Circuit of the Americas. And
then we